life is a series of passages to which people in the passage are there to assist us. So some are positive and some are not. What do we learn from our passage that will assist us so we no longer create conflict in the future from another type of passage or person like that? Do you follow what I'm saying? Do you understand this? Everyone clear on that? Because if we don't learn from why people are in our life, we're going to go get another person just like it. And it's going to do it all over again. And we can't waste life and shouldn't waste life. It's too precious. So I'm saying, let's focus on it. And that requires we're conscious, right? You understand what conscious is. You're conscious. You're in this moment. Don't keep thinking back. Don't think forward. Be present. Conscious focus. Conscious focus. You're aware of everything in your environment. Not just what you're focusing on, but everything. You're present. Have you ever been with someone you know they're not with you? You know, you look in their eyes, you know they're somewhere else, and you ask them, where you at? You know, what are you thinking about? Oh, nothing. Well, you're thinking about something because you're not here. I can tell it. You're not here. That's what I'm talking about. Be present. Be grounded. Be in this moment. And then look at my life and say, first, where do I have conflict? And the conflict comes from my imbalance. And then those were all passages. Who was in that passage with me? How did they get there? Was it constructive or destructive? Some of your passages are going to be positive. You're going to love them. They were great. Right? What did you learn from that? This is not all a negative experience. It's combinations, negative and positive. You know, and also you got to realize what part of the package, what part of the person didn't yet experience. It's like having a wonderful relationship. Anna, did this ever happen to you? You have a wonderful relationship. You think someone comes into your life as a friend or a lover or employer or employee, and then for 3 months, 5 months, everything seems pretty good, and then one day there's a knock at the door and there's like 16 tractor trailers of a negative emotion that they want to bring in too. And you say, hold on, when I first met you, you didn't tell me that you had all this other stuff. And they said, well, if I showed you all the other parts of myself that were the negative side, would you have wanted me in your life? And the answer is probably not. I mean, if people are completely honest about everything that's their weak or darkest side that they manifest, would you really want them in your life? So people hide it. People just... Yes?
Because when I realized that, I usually leave. And one of the things I want to work on is to be not as judgmental and be more accepting of who they are and not just say, I don't want this.
No, listen to what you're saying. That's setting yourself up. There's a difference between being able to accept people for what they are versus bringing them into your life for what they are. I go and counsel prisoners to try to help them understand that in every prisoner, in a murderer or rapist, there is still a good person who has not yet manifested because they've chosen not to use the tools and that divine essential self. They have chosen to use all of the worst that a human being could be, an artificially constructed self. That doesn't mean I want that person in my life. Do you understand what I'm saying? I help people every day. I help people who are miserable and sick, and frequently they got sick because they are miserable. That doesn't mean I want to take them home as a friend. It means I'm there to give them what I can. Whatever tools I have, I will share with them. But I also am aware that I have a right to discriminate about the energy I will allow in my life. You have a right to discriminate about the energies. That is not the same as discrimination. Do you understand the difference? I'm a moral person, but I do not moralize. The preacher or rabbi can moralize, but I will not. I am moral, hence I will only deal with you ethically and honestly. I will not lie to you, I will not deceive you, and I will do everything I can to help you. That's morals. But I will not tell you that my religion is better than yours. I will not condemn you for what you've done. That's moralizing. Do you see the difference? So you do have a right to discriminate about what you want. I love discriminating about what I am because otherwise I'd be out like everyone else. I discriminate about what goes into my body. I do not want a hot dog. So I'm discriminating in what I will not allow in my body and what I do. If I want organic produce and juices, if I want to yoga, meditate, that is choosing that instead of whining, complaining, moaning, and laying and doing nothing. Do you see? So if I see that there are qualities in another human being that they're not willing to change and I'm not willing to accept, I have a right to judge that. It is not possible to be in life and not be judgmental. We're judgmental. We need judgmentalism. Judgmentalism is one of the defensive factors that keeps us alive. Otherwise, how would we ever know anything that's right from wrong for us? Do you understand what I'm saying? We must be judgmental, but we can be judgmental without being self-righteous to where we are discriminating against people because of being different than us. I have friends. I was with a friend last night. We went down to the East Village, the Lower East Village. I hadn't even been there before, below Houston Street on the Lower East Side. I'd always gone just down to Houston and Avenue A, B, and C. This is a whole new area, and it was just booming with people, mainly young people, and there are dozens and dozens of these little clubs, and he took me to this off-Broadway show. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. I mean, it's just all these people yelling and screaming and throwing themselves on the floor and doing stupid things. But that's really avant-garde, and so that's okay. You accept it for what it is. So, do I like that? No. Could I understand what it is? Yes. Could I appreciate they were trying to express themselves by using avant-garde as an art form? Yes, I could. So it wasn't a bad experience. It was simply an avant-garde experience. So put in the context, and my discrimination allows me to say, this is not off-Broadway, like I just saw a play last week that was off-Broadway that was very good, a musical. And then on Broadway, no, this is off-Broadway. Way off. I mean, man, they were doing just this. Have you ever seen Blue Man Note? Very creative. I mean, really ingenious. That's really avant-garde at a high form. This is avant-garde at a lower form. All right? But it still should exist, and it still should be supported because these young actors, at some point, by doing this, may have the confidence and skill to do something and graduate up. Everything's a learning experience and life curve. We all got to start someplace, and this is someplace. So remember, there's always a someplace. It's like your kid makes a little piece of art for you, and you say, how nice it is. Nice now, going to be much better if they keep doing it and keep getting encouragement. So discrimination can be done gently, thoughtfully, and in the context of what that person is. My friend and I are completely opposite in most cases, but we're very the same on our humor. So I've had this long lifetime friendship with him based upon our humor. We can laugh and laugh and laugh about everything, and that's what we do. We get together to laugh. But I don't ask him about his politics or his investments or anything else. And when he tries to share that with me, I just say, not interested. So I have that right to say not interested. But if he tried to force that on me, it would destroy the friendship. So that's why you have to appreciate how to measure what you want in your life from a person, what you don't want in your life from a person. And you have the right to say, I don't want that, not going to accept that, but I am willing to accept this. There are no perfect people. So it's not like we're all going to go out there and find someone who's going to be everything we need them to be, all the time we need them to be that way. So we have to at least accept a person for being what they are. So I can accept someone for being what they are. It doesn't mean that I accept them in my life. And hence, I'm not going to discriminate against them. I'm not discriminating against that woman, but I'm not wanting her in my life because she needs to be in someone's life, and she told me that. She needs a man, she said, to be complete. Have you ever heard that before? Try every country western song ever made. Could you just imagine someone actually doing a country western song that had just the opposite lyrics? I'm in love, no betrayal, no adultery. My dog didn't die. My car works. Right? My heart ain't broken. Who's going to buy it? No one, right? But the moment your dog dies, your car don't work, and your girl left you, then suddenly you're heartbroken. Everybody wants that. We associate with that unrequited love. We associate with what we don't have that we feel we must have to be complete. The only thing that you need to be complete is to understand where your sense of incompleteness exists. That's the third piece of homework. I'm going to repeat it. What is it in our life that's missing that we feel makes us incomplete? Or you may want to put it a different way. Either way is fine. What are you seeking for completeness?